I know kind of roughly who my ICP is and who I'm looking to connect with, but it's just a case of doing the connection request and trying things out in the DMs. I've not really got started on that. That's what I would. So how to go about that is probably a good place to start.
Okay. Put yourself in your ICP shoes and kind of think about why they're on LinkedIn. So I try and focus a lot of my content on SDRs, and I try and think about, right, what are they going to look for? What are they searching for? You've got to think is the reality is no CRO, no senior executive sales. You'll reach out to similar people to myself. They're not spending loads of time scrolling on LinkedIn and wasting time when they should be doing calls and stuff like that. That's why they're C-suite. You've got to ask yourself, what sort of value do you want to put across? And the first thing that I always come to that is the first thing you're selling is yourself. And if you look at yourself and look at all of your colleagues inside Zoho, right? You've got to ask yourself, if someone sees your profile, why should they talk to you opposed to anyone else that works at Zoho? Because if you
Right.
can't look different to the person that's sat next to you in the office, how on earth are you supposed to tell a prospect that you're different from your competition when everything looks the same?
I
Yeah, I
love.
hear.
Sorry, Mohamed, go on.
No, I was saying I hear that. Go ahead, Neil. Sorry.
And to vouch for Matt, because when I met Matt this time last year, right, when he was joining the Power Hour, and Salesfinity was like the first time I heard that brand, but the first time I heard or read about it was because of Matt, right? So Matt was, you had your co-founders, you had Chris, you had all of that, but you're the guy that constantly kept popping up in my feed. And the thing was with Matt, he had this Guinness guru, right? And he had this thing about him, which was his own thing that I was intrigued to learn more about. But I also learned that he was new into sales and coming into this world of like tech sales and stuff. But his posts were not just talking about the product day in, day out. He was talking about the challenges his ICP face, but he was also sharing his own experiences of what was going down when he was trying to cold call and he's trying to book meetings and stuff like that. So for a sales persona, it attracts you to want to see more of that in the feed. And the other thing that I give Matt credit for, he's commenting on other sales professionals' posts. And that's another way to get recognized as well. And it's not just like liking or just saying sweet post, bro, but it's actually saying why they like it and giving it a bit of context. Like credit to Matt, like, bro, you were all over my LinkedIn feed throughout this whole year. So I think, yeah, definitely in terms of visibility and how do you differentiate. So I love that, Mr. Banks. Connor, have you got any tips for LinkedIn?
Yeah, I'd say, to be fair, Mohammed, obviously Zoho, like Matt said, are massive. Like, what is the specific, like, part of Zoho are you selling? Because what I tend to do is try and connect with every man and his dog. But if you want to start making posts for specific people, like, I don't really do a lot of content for recruitment leaders, and that's who I sell to. And even though a lot of them are on LinkedIn, I just feel like the content then is quite salesy, just very much like all very feature driven. If you want to share that, great, you will start getting it circulated. But doing what Matt does and what Neil just said there, comment on people. Like, you've got a good network. You can see you've got about 1,500 people, which is great. So you already look like a genuine person, not someone that's got sub 500 people on LinkedIn. So it's really just connecting with who you want to sell to and just not being afraid. Like, Matt obviously took a punt and did the Guinness thing. I mean, everyone drink. We all kind of drink in sales. So it's not a bad pun, but he goes after and comments on everyone, even people that engage with his post. I think that's where it'll really sort of, you'll see it grow, Mohammed. But yeah, who is like your customer base for you specifically?
Okay, now I'm looking after people that are looking for CRM.
Okay, sweet. Pretty much, pretty much every business then.
Exactly, that's the thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
more so, like if I'm targeting bigger companies, it would be like heads of sales, heads of marketing, RevOps, those kind of people.
Nice. So yeah, really just to tailor either your messaging or your content around that. But you know sales more than anything. That's what you do. Like, you're an SDR.
Hmm.
The beauty of that is, the challenge that you face is some of the things that they probably face. Like, so it's kind of a good way to do it and just being in like their shoes. Also, just making your content, just do whatever you want with it. Like, you don't have to like kind of deep it. Like, I went for a bit of that problem, I think, last year. Didn't know what to write and started doing loads of feature stuff. And then I cared more about how many people liked it and commented. And actually, that's irrelevant. It doesn't really matter.
Oh.
You start getting seen, and it starts popping up random places.